Alright guys, we are back, and we are at, let me change these records real quick. We're actually streaming, GalacticVGC and JustinSnores. And a little bit about these players, actually. These players are both, 1-0 right now, and one of them got finals at NAIC in the seniors division, which is GalacticVGC, and he's actually the CP leader for seniors, while JustinSnores, he also is a CP leader for juniors division, and he got top 8 at NAIC.
And these are the teams that both these players used to get their finishes at the latest event.
Yes.
Uh, they we know that they know how to pilot these teams, and I'm excited to see what they do. So we see that Quinton's using a relatively standard Rayoga team, and Justin is using alternate Crosma with Tapu Lele and Groudon.
Yeah, both these teams are like super interesting, and uh I just like their teams. They both kind of fit their playstyles too. Because I know Galactic, he kind of likes to use good stuffs, and this team is like super good stuffs right now. Since he just like won, or not won, he got finals at a tournament with it. But yeah, we see this lead on turn one. We see Crobat go for the Tailwind actually, and JustinSnores predicting a switch from a holy crap, predicting a switch from a, or not a switch, a Twinkle Tackle from,
Twinkle Tackle.
yeah, he predicted the Twinkle Tackle on the mint, so he actually switches out his Groudon into uh
To the Twinkle Tackle.
yeah,
However,
switch it into the Twinkle Tackle and then decide to kill the Coco while wasting his Z move in the process.
however, he allowed Galactic to get up Tailwind and for free, allowing him to get a free Water Spout off, and of course, combined with Super Fang, gets the double KO.
Right. Okay. Now we see
So now we're gonna
now we actually see Galactic in a super good position right now because he most likely has Rayquaza in the back, and because he has Rayquaza, that means that Airlock activates, which denies the effects of Intense Sun, which we do see the Rayquaza come out, and we see the Protect, and we also see a Taunt come out from a Crobat, which denies a Tailwind from Salamence this turn, and that means he can pretty much never be faster than any of his mons in the field.
It also allows Galactic to keep control of the weather for the rest of the game, without Sun up to either Rayquaza or Crobat to the forfeit right now.
Right. We see good plays by Galactic there. Just pretty much just like controlling the board state the entire time.
Right, and even though Justin made a correct made a prediction to conserve his Salamence, it ended up Groudon being on the field when it really didn't want to be on the field.
Right.
And so this is always the dynamic whenever you see a Kyogre team versus a Groudon team is who can bring in their weather setter later and who can they're on the field. And in game one, Galactic managed to Rayquaza so that he would have weather control. And we'll have to see how these plays adjust for game two.
Right. Wait a minute. I'm writing some stuff down right now. One thing that I saw is that if there's some way for actually JustinSnores to deny speed control, that would be really good for Justin because one thing that that kind of denied JustinSnores that game was just him getting speed control in the end, and just like and just Kyogre coming in and sweeping.
Right. And of course, Crobat is so good at speed control because it's immune to, it has inner focus, it's immune to getting flinched. And so even if he brings it in Incineroar, he can't get flinched. And likely the only thing that speeds the Crobat.
Right.
So now we see that Justin leads with Incineroar and Salamence versus Galactic's Crobat and Tapu Koko. Players leading their speed control options. And of course, Tapu Koko threatening the Salamence heavily.
Right, because of its Z move. One thing that Crobat does have an advantage of right now is that it can't get faked out, and because it can't get faked out, it always has a guaranteed option against Tailwind. Like, it can set up a Tailwind. It can also go for a taunt, like it just did right now.
Right, and guaranteeing that Quentin Galactic is the only person who can get their speed control up.
Right.
Justin is in a bit of a precarious position.
Right.
Elements can't do a ton of damage to either thing.
Not only does can the Mint like not do a ton of damage, he also has the threat of bringing in his Kyogre in the back, and like he did last game, and just kind of sweep. One thing also is that the Tapu Koko is also really threatening just because of Dazzling Gleam. Like, if they Necrozma Ultra Burst right now into Ultra Necrozma, then he just gets so much damage off onto like both these threats on the field, which realistically they counter, or I guess they don't counter, but they do a lot of damage, and they threaten the Kyogre, but just because like he's in such a good position right now, he can kind of abuse that fact. And we actually see Justin not going for the that's actually, oh, that's so cool. He actually didn't go for the Ultra Burst, predicting that Galactic would go for a Farium onto that Mon. Okay.
Here we see Galactic a really safe play, protecting the Kyogre and controlling the weather. Get a free water spout off if he wants it with speed control up.
Right. Which now we have both Kyogre and Rayquaza on the field, which is still threatening. It's still threatening for Justin. However, once Tailwind ends, his Salamence and his Ultra Necrozma will be both faster. Which right now the Salamence has no speed control.
Salamence is at very low health, and so it is most likely in extreme speed.
Right. But I mean, like, there's no way for Galactic to set speed control against this. That's what I meant to say. But yeah, now the Salamence is also in a super threatening position right now because you have the 30 of extreme speed, and not even Psychic Terrain can help. Even though you didn't bring Lele, not even Psychic Terrain could realistically help. And we actually speak the Kyogre outspeeding the Groudon, which is actually it's actually super good, because if he, for example, went for Impressive Slice, then he could have versed a crit, which that kind of seals both of those games for Galactic.
Yeah, and so in this case, we just saw that Galactic managed to position his Kyogre in speed control both games, and Justin doesn't have a ton of things that resist it, and one of the things that does resist is, of course, a Moongus, and he chose not to bring a Moongus in game 1 or 2, leaving him with very few options to switch in and out, and just kind of allowed Quentin to wrap up the game there.
Right. Okay. We will be right back. We will see if we can stream another round or another game, but if we can't, then we'll just go ahead and go on straight to round 3. So yeah, we'll be right back.